Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Premier League Fantasy Football and welcome to my video. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at my team going into Game Week 4. Now, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and drop a like on the video as it helps my channel out a lot. But before that, let's have a quick look at my sponsor for this video. So here we go. This video is sponsored by OneFootball, a football application that you can download from Google Play Store and the App Store. And as you can see, I'm just browsing the application right now, looking at the latest news and the fixtures. So if you want to download it, there'll be a link in the description below. As you can see here, I'm just checking out the follow feature here that you can follow your favorite teams. I'm going to go ahead and pick West Ham because I want all of their notifications right now because I've got Benrahma and Antonio in my FPL team. So do the same thing. Like I've got Ings, I might go ahead and add Aston Villa. So anytime I get a notification, I'm like, okay, I think my player has scored. So check it out. Do the same thing what I did. But as you can see, there's a lot of features here. You can look at the season. You can check out their stats. You can check out their squad. And you can go in more detail here. I'm just going to pick like Antonio and check out his info and so on. But there are tons of news, tons of articles, tons of things to read, tons of things to watch. So please check it out. There's transfer rumors as well. So follow your favorite teams. There'll be a link in the description below. And yeah, thank you so much for OneFootball for supporting my video. Welcome back. Okay, so before I go through the team and create like my wildcard draft, there's a couple of things I want to mention. So the first thing is I looked at my previous video and looked at the comments, and a lot of people spoke about that the team is a little bit templatey, a little bit boring, and I can definitely understand, you know, I can definitely understand that it is a template for a reason. And for me, of course, I want to try something a little bit different, but most of the players that I have been looking at is the players that I actually want in my FPL team. Obviously, I can go ahead and try something completely different, you know, bring in a player that is like 5% owned or something. But the players that you are going to see, you know, some of them are that low anyway to kind of help out throughout the season. And of course, if you're wildcarding, you know, you want to try something a little bit different, you know, so you can be a little bit ahead. Like for my team that I'm going to go through, there's a couple of players that like I want, and yes, I guess I could try to maybe look at game week 7 and game week 8 to see and predict on what players, you know, what players a lot of people might bring into their FPL teams when people are wildcarding later on. So I have all of these information in mind right now, and I'm going to be going through the team with you guys. I hope that this video will help you guys, to give you guys some kind of suggestions. One thing that I wanted to mention is tomorrow there's going to be a lot of press conference, and we might get some additional like news on a Saturday morning, so just watch out for that. Anyways guys, let's continue and let's have a look at my wildcard draft. So the number 1 player is going to be Ronaldo. Ronaldo is in the team no matter what. Then is Antonio, then is Calvert-Lewin. Of course this is a template, but this template can still give me those points, give me those ranks that I actually want to go for. As you can see, 15% owned, so it's low enough to rank me up, even though it looks like a template because every single person is talking about it on YouTube. And now on YouTube, there's thousands and thousands of videos. Antonio, if I don't go with Antonio, is a little bit of a risk. You know, we've got to be a little bit careful on the players that we remove as well, because we might regret it. Plus, there's going to be some price rises for him. And then there is Ronaldo, 17.8% owned. This is probably the only game week that he's going to be this low. Because if he gets any kind of returns, he's probably going to hit like 50% very, very quickly. So that's why I brought him in now, just to be a little bit ahead of the game. Now, for Benrahma, I don't know if I should keep him. So please let me know in the comments below what you think about Benrahma. Benrahma has helped out, obviously. You know, I'm thankful for the amount of points. A lot of price rises, and he could get another price rise as well. An okay fixtures, but the Europa League, you know, that might cause a lot of issues for them. So I might remove, and I might try something a little bit different. You know, he is 30.5% owned, so he's decent enough to kind of hurt you if you don't have him in your team. But I'm just going to remove him for now because I just want to kind of create my team. Now, Greenwood is a player that I actually don't want to get rid right now, but I could get rid of him because I do want Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw and Ronaldo could work out really well. So I'm just going to add Luke Shaw here. So I'm just thinking to myself, is Luke Shaw and Ronaldo enough for Manchester United? And if that's the case, then I don't need Greenwood. And I don't know what's going to happen to Greenwood. You know, probably all of the ball is going to go to Ronaldo, but Greenwood could get some returns in these games. You know, if you look at the fixtures, at least like the 3 fixtures here, Newcastle at home, West Ham away, Aston Villa at home, these fixtures are good enough for Greenwood to actually get some returns in. But then I'm thinking to myself, to be a little bit ahead of the game, maybe I should go for players like Mason Mount, try something a little bit different. Let's just add him for now. Something like this, Mason Mount. Let's have a quick look. Okay, very good fixture here at home against Aston Villa. We're just going to hope that Lukaku is fit and ready. Then Mason Mount could be the one to kind of go for, 17.3% owned. Difficult fixtures here, but then it becomes very good. So this means I'm bringing a player in early and I'm just hoping that he can return. And he is a player that is going to play a decent amount of minutes for Chelsea. So this is one of my differentials, even though it's highly owned, but he's not a template player. Now, if I look at some of the list of players to kind of print in, Torres. 7.1, 11.2% owned, you know, 18 points there, amazing amount of returns. He's been playing forward for Manchester City. The first 2 is good. The next 2 is a little bit difficult. There is the Champions League as well. You know, I think that with Kevin De Bruyne and Foden being back in training, it could cause a lot of issues. And because he is 11.2, I don't think that it's going to hurt me that much in the ranks. So if he does return, it's not going to be that much of a problem. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm just going to add him here from now. The other player that I have on my radar is Jota, 7.6 for Liverpool. I'm 16.6% owned. A decent differential, even though he is some kind of a template. But these fixtures are like, let's just look at the first 3. They look really, really good. And, you know, if Firmino is out, then he is going to be probably the #1 player to own. So that's why I'm considering in my FPL team. So something like this, I would love. But then we got Trent. I don't want to get rid of him. I think he is an amazing player. He has the potential to do really well and get us a lot of points. 33.6% owned, 7.5, so he's a little bit on the expensive side. And I want Salah. You know, I want Salah. And as you can see, yeah, I don't have a lot of money now, but I do want Salah because I'm thinking to captain him in game week 5 against Crystal Palace at home. So that's the kind of the plan that I'm going with. So something like this. So, and if you look at it, I'm pretty much bringing the best players possible and players that a lot of people are going to try their best to get. Now, it's going to be very, 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 very difficult, guys, to actually fit this team. So I'm just going to try, but I don't think I will. I'll have to downgrade one of the midfielders, but I'm just going to like fill in the blanks here and get like the cheapest players. As you can see here, I bought in Allen. That is 4.5, a playing midfielder for Everton. Fantastic. 0.5% owned. That's good for him. And, you know, he's going to be on the bench. I'm never going to play him. He's like the cheapest midfielder. I'm just going to have a quick look. There is no cheaper than him that actually plays. So actually there's 4.4, but there is a player that is actually not playing, so I don't want to do that. And I got Livramento, that is 4.1. You know, as you can see, played 3 games already. And Williams here played against Leicester City, sorry, for Norwich. And 4 million playing defender is fantastic. I'm not saying I'm going to play him. No way. He's going to be on my bench. And, you know, 2 of these players are going to be on my bench. Allen as well. And I need a goalkeeper and I need a defender. So let's just go back to... I mean, I actually can go for Crystal Palace, you know. Could try something a little bit different. Try a different goalkeeper. But I think I'm just going to keep with Sanchez. And as you can see, I got 3.1. So 3.1, if I had 4.5, I will definitely think of to go with this team. And I think this team will be so strong moving forward. So this is what I'm looking at, but I need to make some sacrifices. And I'm thinking to myself, which players I might have to go without. And I do want a Chelsea player, but do I want a Chelsea player right now? That is the question. You know, maybe I can bring in Mason Mount after. So I can think of things like that. Maybe I can remove Jota from Mason Mount. Maybe like in game week 7 or 8. I can do things like that that could help me out later on. It's like getting these players at the right time. But I'm thinking to myself, Torres, hey, he's a player that has played a lot of games in the international break. And there could be a lot of like rotation there with Champions League, with Foden and Kevin De Bruyne coming back. I'm not too sure. So I'm just going to remove one of the 7 million midfielders just so I can make this team balanced. Okay. So I'm just going to have a look. And I think Ismail Sarr could be the way to kind of go. 6 million, 4.7% owned. I mean, we kind of predicted that he would do well here, then not here. But I actually think that he can do well in the next 3 game weeks. I can see him returning at least twice in his next 3 game weeks. So that's why he's in. And I got 4.2. So I still need to chip off some player prices here to make this team. But this is the team that I would like to go with. And I can do that by removing like Trent if I wanted to, or downgrade Luke Shaw. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's a bit too much. So I kind of showed you guys what kind of team that I would like to go with, but the funds don't help out and I can't really do that. But I do want to go with a Chelsea defender like Christensen, a player that is nailed on and massive differential. And I'm getting a Chelsea defense right now instead of later on, a 2.9% owned, very good fixtures. I think even against Tottenham, he can keep a clean sheet, and then maybe against Manchester City, I can bench him. So I have to look at a player that I might have to play. So something like this, and I still don't have the right amount of money, but I just have to remove Mason Mount and bring back Ben Rama. So this is how the team is looking like so far. We've got a strong defense. We got a couple of differentials like with Christensen, with Sarr. I'm not going to say Jota and Calvert-Lewin is a massive differential, but they're in that percentage that they could help me out. And the difference between my team and a team that hasn't wildcarded is I haven't taken any hits. I have fixed up the substitutions. I got Ronaldo in. I got Calvert-Lewin. So that means I already made that Ings Calvert-Lewin move. I bought in Jota because Firmino is out. I bought in 2 differentials of Christensen and Sarr to kind of help me out as a differential. So I think this is balanced enough. It is balanced enough. And I really do like this team. And as you can see, I got 0.5. I could upgrade and get Rudiger if I wanted to, or I could hold that 0.5 and remove Sarr for Rafinha when he's back. So things like that. Or I can remove Ben Rama for Rafinha. And there we go. I know that is some kind of template, but there's a few players in there that is not, and a few players that is a little bit of a differential on mine. So if I look at this team, I want Ronaldo, Calvert-Lewin, Sarr, Jota, Christensen to actually get me those returns to gain the rank. And that is nearly half of the team, and that's how you should look at it. So there was another thing that I wanted to show you guys. Let's just say Calvert-Lewin is out. Let's just say he is out. If he is out, then I can always bring in Gray. Let's have a look at where he is. But then I'm thinking to myself, is that going to be strong enough? If Calvert-Lewin is out, then that might not help Gray, right? So let's just kind of like, I'm just going to add a cheap forward that actually plays. I'm just going to add Dennis here. So Dennis is here because, you know, I might need him in the future. He's a playing striker. When I'm wildcarding, I do want playing substitutes. So I got 2.4, and now I can do some upgrades. So maybe I can remove Ben Rama to Jota. So sorry, not Jota. I can bring Greenwood back into the team. So there we go. I got 1 million. So we've got Greenwood, Jota, Sarr, Gray as a 5 in the midfield. So, and as you can see, I still got 1 million. So I can do other things if I wanted to. Now here is something that I would love to do, and to bring back Torres, and there we go. But as you can see, 0.1, no, minus 0.1. If I can get that 0.1, this could be the team. But then I'm thinking to myself, is it really worth it? If Calvert-Lewin is out for a number of weeks, is Demarai Gray is going to continue his streak? That is the question. So yeah, as you can see, I pretty much got the team that I wanted, but you know, I have to find minus 0.1 somewhere. Then I'm thinking to myself, if Calvert-Lewin is out, then Everton is not going to be a good option. And I was thinking to myself, well, I do want some Leeds players later on. Maybe Bamford could be the one to kind of replace him. And in that case, I got 5.9, and if I can find 0.1 somewhere, I can actually bring in a 6 million player. So we have got Fornals, that is 6 million, has done really well for West Ham if I wanted to go for him. Obviously there's Gray there. Just gonna go down to this. So Ismail Sarr is a player that I have my eye on, and I actually want him in my team. That is 6 million. There is, let's just have a look over here, Traore, 6 million from Wolves. A lot of people are thinking to bring him in because his stats are looking really good, but if you watch him play, it's not good at all. It looks good, but in that final third, he's not that good. But you just never know. Maybe it could be, you know, the next few game weeks that is going to help him return big. So for that reason, though, I might just go for a safe pick and bring in Ismail Sarr. And there we go. I will still need to find 0.1 somewhere else, but this could be my team as well. And then later on, I can remove Jota for Mason Mount when Chelsea's fixtures are even better. So that is pretty much it, guys. You let me know in the comments below what you think. This is what I'm thinking to do. There are basically 2 or 3 drafts that I showed you. It all depends on Calvert-Lewin's injury. But with this, you know, I got Jota and Torres, very exciting players. I got Ismail Sarr, I got Christensen, I got Bamford. All of these players are in a reasonable ownership that if they do return, they will help me out a lot. So it's not too much of a template, but it is a template for a reason. But as you can see, I have adjusted my team. Is looking good for the next few game weeks. Is giving me that chance to bank the transfers. I've got captain options set and ready. I've got plans to bring in more Chelsea players. I can try my best to bring in a Manchester City defense. I can do things, you know, I've got a lot of options here. But anyways, I hope that this video has helped you. So don't let anyone tell you that your team is bad or you should be doing this or should be doing that. Just do what's best for you and what you think that is going to be helpful for your team, and do what's fun, right? and just basically enjoy the game. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. I hope that this video has helped you. Please do subscribe and drop a like on the video, as it helps my channel out a lot. Hopefully this video will get up to about 200 likes. So I'll see you guys next time. See ya.